In this video, we are going to take a closer look at what we can do with StoriesOnBoard AI Assistant on the user story level. We are going to take one step forward and we are going to look into how the AI assistant can help us. Take for example the choosing parking duration via quick presets. This is going to be our user story that we are going to detail with the help of StoriesOnBoard AI Assistant. Let's recap what is a user story. By definition, a user story is a concise, user-focused way of describing functionality. Popularized by agile frameworks like Scrum, it really helps teams to understand what users need and why, without prescribing how to build it. We will use the standard format for user story writing. As a user or certain persona, I want to perform some activity or action in order to achieve the outcome, eventually the value or benefits for the user. User stories helps the team, providing developers with clear implementation goals. It also helps the team to focus on delivering user value. And of course, it allows easy prioritization and estimation. And they keep the user's perspective front and center in all time. When we are writing user stories, there are a few things that we need to pay attention to. Focus on the user and value. Always start with who the user is, what they need, and why it matters. Every story should deliver clear value to someone. Keep stories small and independent. Each story should be achievable within a sprint and not depend heavily on others. Smaller focused stories make planning and testing easier. When we are writing stories, we should use clear and consistent language. Avoid technical jargon. Write stories in simple, shared language so everyone from developers to stakeholders can understand the intent. Define acceptance criteria. List specific, measurable conditions that define the done. This ensures clarity, reduces ambiguity, and supports better testing. Include context and assumptions. Add relevant details such as mockups, data examples, or business rules, but be careful to avoid turning the story into a full specification. Prioritize based on user and business impact. Ensure each story aligns with user goals and business objectives. Use your story map or backlog hierarchy for context. And don't forget to collaborate on refinement. Don't write stories in isolation. You are a team and everybody's point of view helps to build better product. It's a lot to keep in mind. But when we have StoriesOnBoard AI Assistant on our side, it can focus all of these details and it's supporting our work much conveniently. The user story I selected, it was the choose parking duration via quick presets. This is where we are going to define our user story itself and collecting additional information, supporting our stakeholders, align them on the user value and business objectives, and also support our developer team. First things first, we can ask StoriesOnBoard AI to write the user story. We can simply hit space and ask the AI assistant to write the user story for us. As a commuter, I want to choose parking duration via quick presets so that I can pay for parking quickly without any hassle. This user story exactly defines what value and benefit our user will gain once we are completing this task in our backlog. The AI assistant understands our product backlog entirely, knows our user personas, their goals, steps in the user journey, and of course, understands the user story that we are working with. We can simply ask the AI assistant to collect acceptance criteria for the user story that we are working with. I didn't specify what kind of acceptance criteria I'm interested in, so the AI assistant started to look into user experience, notifications, and of course accessibility. I'm using the Gherkin method, so given when then is the structure that we're utilizing. You can anytime change the structure. If you have your own acceptance criteria structure, you can anytime change the input field. You are able to customize how the AI assistant should generate the user story, following as a user I want so that happen, or of course you can create your own. Same goes for acceptance criteria. Currently we are using the Gherkin method, but if you are interested in technical, non-technical, or any other perspective, You can anytime update this template. This will allow that anybody using the AI assistant on any card on the board consistently giving you the same structure, aligning all stakeholders and developers on the task. If you need more than just user story writing and acceptance criteria creation, you can also create and prompt Stories on Board AI Assistant what to do with the user story for you. For example, we can ask the AI assistant with a simple prompt to collect possible subtasks for a given user story and organize subtasks into bullet points. And we can also determine what the structure should be that the AI should return with the content. We can simply save our newly created template and enable it on any user story on the board. We can click on the custom AI templates and run our collect subtask AI prompt. Now you can see that for our user story, the AI assistant already identified the potential subtask that our team can consider. We can anytime collect more or accept it and add it to our user story details. Using Stories on Board AI Assistant custom prompts, we can support multiple team members on the project. For example, if we have a tester and QA team, we could prompt the AI assistant to write our test cases. Following the structure that we have, we need to include a test case ID, title, precondition, potential steps, expected result, and postcondition. Of course, if we are interested in any more details per test cases, like scenarios or additional information, we can include that into our prompt, and the AI assistant will consistently follow on every single card specific to the card, the user story that we are working with. For our story, we can run the test case now, and this prompt will generate the test cases for our team. The AI assistant exactly followed what we wanted to regarding to the structure. We have all the details for every single test case that the AI assistant wrote for our team to consider. We can of course collect more and add it to our user story details, aligning the entire team on the potential test cases. We can define our templates as it's required for our workflow. If we are, for example, using error handling checklist, the AI assistant following our methodology can also perform it for us. The result then can be added to the user story details again. Everything that we are using here, generated by the AI assistant, of course is customizable by team members and anytime can make sure everything is aligned with our core concept. All of the details, if you are utilizing integration systems like Jira or Azure DevOps, in real-time and bidirectionally updating the ticket in Azure DevOps or in the Jira interface as well. It's very easy and convenient to work together with the entire team, also with the development team on the other side. This makes the execution and the communication between teams much more convenient during the entire product management lifecycle. We can simply go through on every single story with our team and discussing what is in our product backlog, describing the potential methods of done and how to deliver it for our users. In our next video, we are going to take a look at what happens with the user story map after we released our MVP.